Hey, good morning, everyone. I'll be right there. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Gladys. How are you? Oh, I know how you are. I understand why you're not on. Okay. Um, Today's Monday. What's the date today? You would think I would look it up, right? Oh, today's December 15th. Hello. Okay. So today I think I'm gonna work on my I want to work on my unicorn, but um I don't want to work on it. So I'm going to work on my bookmark. You're welcome, Gladys. I'm here for you, okay? I said you probably wouldn't be on your channel all week. And just so you know, I'm taking next week off, okay? From Monday to Monday. So, because it's Christmas and because it's, because I need a break. Okay, so I'm going to work on my bookmark today, which is really nothing. I almost got it done. Okay, I've got all this in here. What I have to do now is fill in these little stars here and then come back and do the green and I'll be done. So go to my channel. I understand, Gladys. I really do. I really and truly do. I know how much you loved him. And gosh, if it were my animal, I'd probably take a couple weeks off, be honest with you. Because it's hard. Very, very hard. For those of you don't know, Gladys's dog got she had to put Gordo down that Saturday morning, and probably one of the hardest things she's had to do. He was such a good boy. He really, when you told me what that, I cried. He was really a good boy, and to me, it's like losing a child. You know, it's really not much different than losing a child. I'm gonna go. See how far I can get here. I decided to do this. and then um I guess finish the unicorn later. I don't know what I'm going to do about the unicorn. I don't know. I'm getting done with it, but I just haven't been in the sewing mojo, you know? I just have not been in the sewing mood right now. I'm going through a funk. I want to do it, but I'm in a funk to do it, if that makes sense. Hi, Sandra. Hello, hello. How are you? It's good to see you. Glad you're here. How are you feeling? Any better? Here's another one. Right off. That while I tie a knot in this. Probably have too many threads in here. So let me see. Feel better, but not. I get it. I get it. Okay. At least the needle's big enough to see if I drop it. Do you have D today or no? D's the same way? I get it. I get it. Gladys says, hi, Sandra. Got here so you guys can see what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do. If I follow the, And Sandra said, hello, Gladys. Yep, you and Dee will get better together. There you go. That's the power of positive thinking. So today is mine and Dave's 36th anniversary. 36 years I've been with him. I cannot believe it. Sometimes I look back and I go, where has the time gone? And other times I think, have I been crazy or what? That's a long time. And I got this really cute message from Denise saying, happy anniversary with two turtles kissing and hearts around it and stuff like that. She goes, what is it, 37 years? No, close, 36. I'm surprised she remembered, to be honest with you. By the hole, not in the hole. Not sure if I'm doing this right, but as right as it's going to get, right? Okay, I took none of these to the center here, so I have to fill it in. Circle. A circle will travel. Okay, like so. And there we go. Maybe one more like here, so it looks like a circle. Okay. So, what did everybody? Well, Sandra, what did you do this weekend, Sandra? I want to thank all of you in chat for coming on, and even the lurkers and giving the thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Thank you. I come on, last one for this one. Go. One more to go. Okay, little by little, it's getting done. Okay, this is another one right here. This is the last one. Okay. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. This is embroidery, but I think it's cross stitching, but they call it embroidery, so I guess I'll have to go with the flow. Because honestly, I don't know. It reminds me of cross stitch. Here, no, here. Okay, so Saturday I was on my Zoom for maybe, I don't know, from 11:30 to 5:30. Um, then yesterday I didn't do much of anything. Sunday's my day of rest, so I just rested on the couch. Um, I have a couple more gifts coming, so wrap those. Be ready for Christmas. Go around the center again in the circle. Try to okay, go one side and then come back and get the other side. Okay, there we go. So let's take this out and put it over here. Okay, so you can look at that while I'm doing my getting a different color. Okay, green, 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 green. Definitely have a lot of green in here, four different color shades, but I think it's the dark, right? No, it's not. This one? Yeah, it looks like it. I've had people say, "Well, you don't have to do it, the green part of it," but I want to. Simply because okay. So did you guys hear about Rob Reiner's son killing him? Rob Reiner and his wife? It was his son. Okay, I don't really want to get a needle threader if I don't have to. But an angle won't work. Come on. It doesn't want to work. Yep, I got to get the needle winder. Hi, Sherry. How are you? You been good? Ready for Christmas? All that? Hmm. Gets up here there. I can't get it. I'll go this way. Okay. Okay. Gladys said hi to Sherry. Doing good and trying to get some things done. I know. I don't know if you heard, but I'm taking next week off, the whole week, from Monday to Monday. Christmas week, I know. Why? Okay, some green here. Left off over here. As soon as I get this in, I wanted to show you guys. Okay, the reason why I'm doing the green is because, like, over here it's white. Here's the lighter green. Here's red. Um, I got six of them: blue and white. So that's why I'm doing the green. So y'all understand. And Sherry says hi to Gladys. Can you guys see what I'm doing? I don't have the overhead camera like uh, Laura Lynn does, but it would be nice. However, I do have a camera and I do have a new computer that I want to set up over by my sewing machine. I want to get that ready for the first of the year. I'm working on my bookmark, Christmas bookmark. How many what have I finished, Sandra? How many of these bookmarks? Hi, Susan. Welcome, welcome. How are you? None. This is my first one. I figured I'd tackle one of the harder ones first and then move on with these. Susan says, Gladys, hi Gladys, I hope you're doing okay. Sandra said, hello, Susan. Susan meant sorry. Where's the sewing sensations? You took it off? Gladys is hanging in there. Yeah, I don't know. If it were me, it would be a couple of weeks before I'd come on, or at least, because I have to have time to mourn. One snowman to go. I was going to ask you, Sandra. One snowman to go. And then are all the cards done besides that last one, or you just, you know? Can't believe how good this is cooperating with me. Then the making the cards. You made how many cards have you made? Two? I'll go over there in just a minute. Don't want to waste red. Having Maya around helps. I know. I know. I'm glad she's there for you. I really am glad. Do you see all the love you got yesterday on Danny's channel? And you got 14 more subscribers. I think it's 328 now. Something like that. I noticed. Ken. Okay. Seven have been mailed out already. Boy, are you quick, Sandra. So three more to go. Three more, so that's for the family or you know what I mean, saying people that are close by. Yeah, for your kids. Okay. And okay, you saw it, Gladys. Yeah, I was like, whoa, way to go. Now, Sandra, when you mail out something, do you have to go all the way to the post office or can you just mail it from your mailbox? Like in the olden days. These are big bookmarks, huh? They have this thing, when you get done, you put, you add one of these to the back. So you put this on here like this, and then you take away the peeling. Okay, there's peeling here, and you put it on so that your bookmark stays preserved and everything, you know. And if you have bad stitching in the back, which I do. You guys can see my stitching back here. It doesn't show. And I think it keeps it straighter also. So keep it from being so flimsy. Like it is right now. Yep, it sure is. But that's okay. It's different. I like it. So throwing in a book would keep it. Yeah. Yeah, I've got to start reading my Stephen King books. I'm behind on like, I don't know, six of them maybe. And he's got a new one coming out that I got to get. Probably more than one. I don't even know how many I'm behind. They're doing a special 40th or yeah 40th anniversary with three of the guys from Stand By Me, Jerry O'Donnell and Corey Feldman, Corey something or other, and Will Wheaton. They are going to be a because they were the kids that were in Stand By Me. River Phoenix, he killed himself so many years ago. It was originally called The Body, but they changed the name. And yeah, they'll be up here in Seattle. Um, I'm not sure, December 19th, I think. Hi, Lori. I'm sorry I missed you this morning. I'm going to rewatch you though. So how are you? How was your weekend? Cheryl, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Okay. Sandra, flimsy would be these crocheted ones I made. And then Cheryl, hi Kathy, home from visiting my mom, and it was a good day. Good, I'm glad. And then Cheryl says, hi Gladys, continuing prayers for you. Sandra, made when I was bored years back. And Cheryl, hi Sandra, hugs to cutie patootie. Sandra, hello Cheryl. And Cheryl, hi Susan. Lori, hi Kathy. Gladys says, hi Cheryl and Lori. Sandra, hello Lori. Cheryl, hi Lori. And Lori, hi. Hello Sandra, Cheryl, and Gladys. Carrie, hello, hello, and how are you? Lori said her weekend was good. She said thanks, and how was yours? Mine was good too. All right, today is my 36th anniversary with Dave. 36 years with Dave. It just doesn't seem real. Sandra, Cheryl, glad to hear Mom was having a good day. Yes. And then Paul Gladys says, hello, Carrie. And Sandra said, hello, Carrie. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you. Yeah, we've had some good times and we've had some bad times, mostly good times. Even when we were broke, I mean, broke. Our kitchen table when we first got together was one of those, you have the heavy wire that you use for telephone poles and stuff like that, and you had the big, that looks like one of our bobbins, like type thing. That was our first table. And a couple of chairs that didn't really match. Thank you, Lori. And we were going to build the in one of the dresser drawers because we have big dresser drawers and make a bed for it for Jen to sleep in until my friend came through for me and got Michelle. She got us all the stuff that we needed. I'm sorry, Sandra. I'm sorry. Lori says, hi, Carrie and Sherry, Carrie and Sherry. And sorry, Sandra. She says yes. And Carrie said hi to Sherry. Carrie said hi to Lori. So, as I said, I'm taking a week off next week, Monday to Monday. Susan, I feel for you, Sandra. This will be my first by myself. I'm sorry, Susan. We all have memories that keep us going and our newfound family through YouTube. There you have it, Sandra. I know I'm blessed to have been together with Dave for so long. I know that. He complains about stuff, but he does it. You know, like you ask him to if he'll do something for you, and he'll say no, but he does it anyway. Well said and true, Sandra, says Lori. Yep. Oops, I went too far. Hold on. Just let's figure this out here. So Dave's been buying his own Christmas presents and putting it under the tree. I have no idea what they are. He's wrapping it and sticking it under the tree. I know they're in big boxes. That's all I know. I asked him for probably 2 or 3 months, what do you want for Christmas? And he never answered me. So, okay, Cheryl, eight memory quilts are 100% done. Getting ready to layer and pin number 9 this afternoon, which is the last one. Started 3 weeks ago. You're so quick, Cheryl. Congratulations. And Sandra, now quilting and the great grandkids keep me going. Kathy, that is what you are doing, buying for yourself. Yep, that's exactly what I did. You're right. Susan says that is wonderful, Cheryl. And Sherry says hi, Susan. Sherry says hi, Susan. Yes, I bought for Jen and myself because he never answered me. So I'm gonna surprise my ex. I'm gonna wish him a Merry Christmas to him and his wife over Facebook. And Susan says hi to Lori. Dang it. Boy, talk about getting down to the nitty gritty of the thread, huh? Hmm. Mm. Okay, it's not going to let me do anymore. So, okay. Lori says, awesome, Cheryl. And Sandra says, way to go, Cheryl. And Susan says, hi to Sherry. And Lori, hi, Susan. And Susan, hi, Lori. Sandra, D just woke up. Lori, Sandra, ready, set, go. Okay, get two more. I'm very, very slow at cross stitching. Very slow. But when I'm done, the end result looks good, I think. Okay, stretch it out a little bit. Now I need to cut a piece at an angle. It does make it easier to go into the needle. Sandra says yes, and she says Bluey is us. I like Bluey, but Xfinity, which is who I have, has finally got the cartoon channel. So the one I wanted a year ago when it first came out. So I'm very happy for that. I'm gonna start. Well, I have been the Flintstones and Jetsons and Scooby and oh, I don't know, Huckleberry Hound, Magilla Gorilla, Bugs and his friends, all kinds of cartoons, old cartoons. I saw one this morning from 1939. So Oops, I went a little bit too far. Bluey is on Disney. Yeah, we got Disney. Disney Plus. You have Cartoon Network, but don't watch. Oh, they got some good cartoons on there, Sandra. I'm telling you. I believe. Okay, I'm just now learning the schedule, but I think at 1:30 is Scooby Dooby Doo, and at 2 o'clock is the Jetsons, and at 2:30 is the Flintstones. I believe that's how it goes in order. Bluey's recorded. Yeah, Jen bought the Hannah Montana series because she knows I liked it, and Disney hasn't played it again since it was on, so she bought that for me, and I'm excited. I don't watch TV really; it is a noise. Oh boy, I watch it. I really, really love cartoons. I don't know why, but I do. Maybe I'm a kid at heart. I don't know. But I remember Saturday morning cartoons and all that. I remember all that like it was yesterday. Um, Waking up. Mom let us eat our breakfast in the living room so that we could watch the cartoons because she knew it would keep us quiet. It's just funny how something like that small, significant in your life, that you watch Saturday morning cartoons. It just, my favorite cartoon, as you guys know, is the Flintstones. I don't know if it was on Saturday mornings or not, but I remember when Michael was born, every morning at 8:30 they were on. I would sit down and watch them and drink a cup of coffee because I did not work when Michael was born. Um, Randy had a really good job, and I didn't work. I was fortunate, but then eventually got tired of staying home and went to work. Sandra, I watch local news and weather once a day. I have a house to maintain. Lori said she binged on the British Sewing Bee. Ooh, I never heard of that. That's new to me. Sandra, being sick this weekend, I got further behind on housework. Jen finally did ours really good. Finally. It had been 3 weeks since she vacuumed, dusted, and all that. And it showed, let me tell you. It showed. But now everything's sparkly nice again. Lori couldn't get into it. The British sewing bee? Well, some people can and some can't, Sandra. Nothing wrong with that. I don't have Jen. I don't have a Jen and Dave. I know you don't. I couldn't imagine um, being by myself. I've never have. Uh, yes, the British. Okay. So you tried it and couldn't get into it. Wasn't your thing. That's okay. Not everybody's gonna like everything. It's just not gonna happen. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to get the needle right where you want it. It's mostly garments, says Lori. Oh, okay. I don't know how to sew clothes. Maybe one of these days. Yes, Lori, and their thinking process. Yep, they sure are. It's not that I don't want to sew clothes, it's just that I've never learned. Would I like to sew clothes? Yes, very much. Very much so. Let's see here. Wait, I'm gonna take the yeah, Um, Sandra says they changed some of the pattern to what they like. I used to sew your clothes in high school. Did you really? My mom sewed me some outfits, but I didn't sew. Unknown caller. Go away. So you went by a pattern when you did your clothes, right, Sandra? You followed a sewing pattern, right? Now I don't need fancy t-shirts and jeans now. I never went by the what the thing was in school. I never got those anyways. I got jeans and things like that. You sewed your mom's clothes? Wow. I mean, I asked my mom, I go, Mom, can you teach me how to sew? Someday. Well, she never did. Mom, can you teach me how to cook? Someday. I learned by watching her, by looking over her shoulder. Lori said, yes, Sandra, me too. Patterns and changes, says Sandra. Can you teach me how to crochet, Mom? No, I had to have a friend of mine teach me. My mom was the type that did everything herself. Everything herself. She didn't need any help and she didn't want any help, which, I was like that until I needed help. So Gladys won't be coming on today with good reason. I didn't think she would, and she may not be on this week, possibly even next week. For those of you that don't know, she had to put her dog down Saturday morning, and it's going to take a while to get over poor little Gordo. Well, not get over him, but um, she'll never get over him. I mean, to move on with her life. And Sandra said, by sewing my clothes, I never matched my friends and classmates. Oh, that's true. I'm going to stop at this one and go back. You posted something on YouTube about your lives? Okay. Sandra, that was Gladys. Sandra says, my mom would cut out her items at night and would tell me if I had time after school, homework, and yard work, and in house chores I could sew. If you had time. Just kidding, all right? See, and that's another thing, my mom, she never, only, all she ever did was ask us to, make sure that our room was picked up and stuff like that. Not to vacuum or dust it, just to make sure that the clothes were in the dirty clothes or hung up or whatever, laundry put away. She would go in there and vacuum and dust. She didn't want us doing it for I don't know what reason. The only thing we did was dishes. And because we always had a dishwasher, one week my sister would do it, one week I would do it. We had our little system going. Sanders said, I did it all. No, my brothers had to go out and mow the yard and stuff like that, pull weeds. Uh, they both had paper routes at one time, so I would help them pull the papers. I thought it was fun. They hated it because I'd get home from my after school, whatever I was into, whether it was track or basketball or softball or um, swimming, whatever. I come home around 5:30 and would help before dinner. And then right after dinner, my little brother would go deliver the paper, or my older brother, depending, and they would give me a little bit of. Okay, Sandra says life learning is what I call it, and Lori says I did it all too. I wish I could have had the chance to try at least. You know, try to do something. But nope. My kids was raised same way, and they are proud to say we learned from the best life lessons. Um, Sandra, I mean, Gladys, I had home ec in high school. I did too. Lori, the girls cook and clean with me. It's their home too. Oh, you're lucky. Sandra says, yes, Lori. How's your puppy doing, Lori? Mm-hmm. Sandra, I can't make bread. Never had any luck. Well, you can make everything else, right? Carol says, Mom and Dad got divorced when I was 13. Mom went to work, so us three girls helped with everything at home. And Lori, I don't want them to start their life clueless that they complain, but too bad. And Sandra, Baby G makes the mess. We clean it up. Yeah, that's pretty much what I did, Lori. I tried everything by just by watching my mom and if it worked or not. And it took me a while before I learned how to cook a lot. My specialty was tacos at the time, and they were pretty good, if I do say so myself. When Dewick picks up the stuff and puts it back, I tell her thank you. Oh, my daughters cooked everything they liked before going out on their own at 18. Did they leave because they wanted to, or did they leave because you had them leave at 18? Just curious. They left because they wanted to. See, Dave kicked my son out when he was 18. And I don't know, he still had another year to go in school because he started late, but he never finished school. He did take his GED. Standard, it is what life is all about, going out and living. I moved out when I was 19, but I was only gone about maybe 6 months. It was then I came back home. Um, then Randy and I moved out when I was 20. No, when I was 19, 19, 20. No, when I was 20. And then he lost his job. So we had to move in with my mom and dad. It was only supposed to be temporary, but it ended up being a long time. Uh, okay, this whole side right here is done. You can kind of tell all this right in here is done. And here. Okay, thank you, Gladys. She says thumbs up, please. Sandra, I left home because I wanted to get married and live my life, not because I was pregnant, because I wasn't. Do some people think you were? Wow. My advent calendar's falling. Okay, now for the last piece. We had lots of struggles, but made us better adults. And she said I was 17 when I got married. No. See, the thing is, I always knew I could go back home, and I did, and my older brother did a few times, but my sister never went back, and my little brother, once he was out, he never went back. Staying there because he had surgery was different. He didn't go back. You know, I was 21 when I got 20. I had Michael when I was 21. No, I was 22 when I got married. 22. Randy was 23. Yeah, okay. I may faint even when I ever get this done. Because I had Michael um, 8 months before we got married. And then I saw the other day that he got married on my birthday to the wife that he's with right now. One. Okay, Sandra says, I believe the way I was raised is why we worked it out and could do all we did in life and remain married. It wasn't to end like it did, made me stronger. You're right, Sandra. You guys didn't know. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Okay. Really hard seeing from that angle. Okay. We just read everybody. Need to get a drink. Um, how many of you are ready for Christmas? Like I said, I have a couple more presents that are coming that I need to wrap. They have been shipped. Hmm. Whoa. One thing you don't want to get a knot in your what you're doing here. That's not, I've done it many times and I've kind of learned how to get the knots out of it, like I just did. Gladys. Bah humbug. I was going to read Sandra's, but she retracted it. We either went to Arizona with the relatives or we had them come to us. One year, my Aunt Judy, she couldn't afford Christmas, so my mom and dad had her and her two boys and her hubby come stay with us and celebrate Christmas with us. And, they bought gifts and everything for the boys and for Aunt Judy. I think it was Uncle Ralph. I can't remember really. Wait a minute. I don't know what happened here. Okay. Go up. Yeah, okay. Sandra, our kids went to work to get what they needed to go on with their lives by working. Cheryl, my Christmas quilt gifts were all done by September 25th. Woo! Wow, three 3 months early. Rent, deposits, and furniture. Yeah, I babysat to get things that I wanted, but I never needed or wanted anything um, until I was married with Randy, and we went through some pretty hard times. Uh, I never had any idea that it could be like that. You know, you see it on TV, but to live it is something that's not. I don't know. It. I don't know if it made me stronger. I've always been very independent. You know, leave me alone, or I want to do it this way, or things like that. I've always been like that. Um, Hanging out with my friends and stuff was okay. My mom really didn't pay too much attention to me. I was just there. It was all about Karen. Um, her precious Karen could do no wrong. And just, things like that. I just grew up that way. Sandra, they actually enjoyed their graduation gifts of towels and pots and pans. Huh, I got a bike. I got a 10-speed bike for graduation, a gold one. It was really nice. We came home from eating dinner and all that, and it was in the living room. So somebody else had it. TV is fake living. Yeah, I know. I don't know what happened to my bike. My little brother got a car for graduation, but only because he was going to Las Vegas. That's the only reason. Karen graduated when she was 17 and would be in June, would not be 18 till October, and she graduated and took off the next day. That was that. She married a guy named Paul. It only lasted 2 years, but they moved up here to Seattle, and that's why she's up here. First, they moved to Tennessee, and that didn't work. So she's been here since 1980. Cheryl says, I agree, Sandra, with TV life as well as working for what you have. Two words, need or want. Well, different worlds, I guess. I don't know. Same time, different worlds is what I would call it. Right here, there's one, but I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna go into my white if I used to do it. Absolutely, Sandra. I agree. I agree. Need does come first because you want that stereo system, but you need dress or you need food. So food comes before the stereo system. And you pay your rent, you pay your utilities, you pay your insurance, you pay your things like that. They come first. Then, if there's anything left over, you can get or go out to dinner or whatever you want to do. And the holidays are for family, not stuff you buy. Yeah, I get that. Doesn't mean that I agree with it, but I get it. The junk you buy isn't going to help replace that car battery, oil change, the iron that quit. I could go on, but not worth the headache. Yeah, you're right. It just does not want to. It didn't want to separate, but it did. Sometimes you have to stand back and look at the big picture and say, do I really want this? Is this really worth? Does everybody have everything they need before we do this? Like my son, he would always, when he came to live with me, when he was 13, 12 and a half, he would always say, I want. I want this. I want that. He would never say please. He would never say thank you. It was always I want because my mom always gave him whatever he wanted. And I told him, I said, in my house, it's not that way. If I can get it for you, I will. If I can't, I don't. It's not an automatic, you're going to get it because you want it. Believe me, he did not like that. And every time he said, I want, he didn't get it. Finally, he learned. Mom, if you have the money, can I please have, whatever he wanted? Oh, thank you, Sandra, or thank you, Gladys. Jen, time to get up, rise and shine. Wow, it's that late already? Okay, for those of you that may not know, Gladys won't be on this week, possibly even next week, and I'm taking next week off. I won't be here. I'm going from Monday to Monday. Let me look. I'll read it in just a second, Sandra. Get to the calendar. Monday the 22nd, and I'll be back on the 29th. So from Monday to Monday, okay? Okay, Sandra says, or Cheryl says, how I taught my kids to live is also, okay, I read all that. Is also I how I taught my kids to live is how I also live. Bills paid first, save for a rainy day, then a few wants, not a lot of wants. Practice what I preach. Sandra, just like I would rather live in a house, and we had the opportunity over 30 years ago to buy. And Lori, is Santa bringing Jen an alarm clock? She has one, she just doesn't use it. Sandra, yes, Cheryl. Hard to believe not too long ago she used to get up at 8 o'clock every day. I never realized how lucky I had it growing up until I went to some of my friends' houses and saw the way they lived. And I know I had it lucky. This piece keeps coming out, but it's a long piece. I don't want to lose it. Let's see here. There we go. Should be able to keep it now, huh? And the week that I take off is also going to be the Saturday I won't be on either. It'll be the whole entire week off. Okay. Hi, Diane. Hi, Kathy. Just got home from several errands that will keep me away from the holiday crazy people. LOL. Glad I said hi, Diane. Yes, I know, I know, I know. Okay. Um, I don't remember which. Oh, it's this one over here. Okay. I just had the. Where'd it go? I just had it. Lori, hi again, Diane. Cheryl says hi, Diane. Oh, here it is. Okay. I know I may have to buy some more of this green. One, two, there we go. Diane says, hi, Gladys. So sorry for your loss. I just lost two of mine, so I know the feeling. And Diane says, hi, Lori. I'm following you. Lori's, love Lori's channel. I missed her this morning, but how far. Something else I don't like is having to fight with the thread, you know, like I am right now. What happened? See, you get cheap thread. This is what happens. but it's the thread that came with the kit. So there we go. I saved it. Da, da, da. Diane. I was late to Lori's. It only 10 minutes. A win for me. And there you go. I missed Lori's today, but that's okay. I'll watch the rerun and replay whatever and give her my thumbs up. Diane says you can't know that before you purchase. Mm-hmm. Telling you, stay away from places like Walmart, Target, Best Buy, places you know that are going to be really, really busy. I used to avoid those places. Lori, that's what replay is for. I just couldn't get up, Lori. I'm just so tired. That's another reason why I'm taking time off. I'm really tired. I need to take a mini vacation. Cheryl, I'll catch it later, Lori. And Diane says yes, Lori. Yeah, I don't know if Dave and I have anything planned for our 36th anniversary today. Before we used to always go out to dinner and to a movie or whatever, but now I don't know. Mhm. Okay, Sandra, be right back. Diaper change time. And Gladys, it is called creator burnout. I know, huh? That's it. Lori says that's awesome, Cheryl. Happy you had a good day with mom. And Diane, I was hoping Lori would switch to 11 like she talked about a few weeks ago. Yeah, that would work for me. I'd be up and I could see her whole one. I could see um her whole entire life at that point. It was going really good till the end here. Okay. Maybe in the new year, Lori says. Diane, oh Lori, Merry Christmas to me. Merry Christmas to you. What happened? Did Lori send you something nice? I got the Christmas present from Brenda, but that was the only one I got this year. I usually get a lot, but not this year. Oh, her gift of 11 a.m. Yes, that would be very nice Christmas. Yes. So she went on at 11. That would be 8 o'clock my time. Yeah, definitely okay. I'll be awake for sure. Yeah. Longer piece of thread, I can go faster. And I'm excited about that. Is everybody remembering to give a thumbs up, please? Because you can have Lori, and then you could have me, and then you could have Sandra. No, not Sandra. She's not on Mondays and Wednesdays. Um, Lori, and then an hour later, me. Or on Wednesdays, I believe it's Marie. Okay, now. I can't do it that way. Diane, for anyone who likes tea, Bigelow has a new one, toasted coconut. I don't like coconut. Ugh. But there are people that like coconut. That's fine. I'm just not one of those people. It does nothing for me. Um, Coconut, almonds. Um, I don't like either of those. Um, there's another nut that I don't like, but I can't think of what it's called. Oh, macadamia? No. Diane says, when you win? Okay, I read that. Unknown caller. Go away. Boy, somebody calls and it throws me off of YouTube completely. Well, Sanders survived. Same guy, same one. Diane, almond flavored is part of the ingredients list. LOL. I used to love macadamia. I like all nuts. I'm not really a nut person. Of course I like peanuts, but I don't like them in my. Uh, I like it like a payday bar or something like that, but that's about it. No nuts in anything I make of any kind. If it calls for nuts, I just don't do it. It's easier that way. Oh, that went in there. I don't want to go there. Here. Just a second here. Okay, I'm done with that. So, I'm done with all right. I didn't get a lot done right here. So I start over here next time. But this whole section is complete. Okay, clean up time. Not a lot to clean up either. Easy to do. Okay, this goes here. Okay. Diane says they are good protein. I would kill for a payday. My fave. Oh, paydays are so good. Oh, I used to eat them all the time. I mean, all the time. Okay, so are there any questions? Not that anything happened today, but I want to thank you all who came for coming. Thank you very much. And there's no questions or anything like that. Okay, then have a great day. And I don't know why you guys can't see me. There we go. All right, have a great day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Thank you so much for coming. Love y'all. Bye bye.